Hello, Luke. This is Lucifer. Today is just going to be a general podcast for about general conversation about anything we come up between me and Luke. He wanted to do a podcast just between me and him. So enjoy. What would you like to talk
Yes,
about, Luke?
yes. Hi, Lucifer. Thank you very much. Yes, I appreciate that you are giving me this opportunity to start here in your podcast. And yes, like you just said, we're gonna talk about several topics. And I think one of the most important topics is to talk about the very existence of Satan. If Satan is real, if Satan actually does exist, and the same if God is real and if God exists. Would you like to start talking about them, or you want me to talk about them?
Well, let me begin with I neither believe that God exists or the devil exists. These are just thought forms that were created by religion to manipulate humanity. They are not real. That's my thinking. Uh, God is basically the matrix in which they use to control through organized religion. The devil is, the scapegoat, the entity created to scare people away from real knowledge, to create a system in which people think that that belongs to the devil. That if you learn about the devil, about the knowledge that surrounds the devil, you know that you are going to go to hell or that you're doing something evil. So a division between God and the devil is in essence a duality created to confuse and deprive humanity of knowledge. What do you think?
Yes, that is correct. But also, I would like to add what I think about these two so-called entities. I
Mm-hmm.
would say first that starting about God, I will say that God, as the God that most of the people, maybe mostly the believers, they think about some burdened man walking on the clouds, watching over us, watching down the earth, and in a white tunic, worried about the fate of humanity. That Gregor, that entity, that thought form, does not exist. That is a lie. That is an egregor made up, created by the archons. Why the archons? Because they, um, the archons, they created humanity. They created the current vessel that humans are inhabited in this planet Earth. And they knew that these humans are uh, weak in their mind, weak in their internal strength. So they need to believe in something or in someone greater, stronger than them to guide them through their own lives. So they created this thought form, this egregor, in order to give confidence, to give reinforce to the psychic of humanity. Although, as I said, this so-called God does not exist.
Yes.
Then, about the Satan, I do believe Satan does exist. I do believe it
Okay.
exists, and yes, and I would say that yes, yes,
I think God is a made-up concept um, by the archons. The archons will be the rulers of the world. This does not mean supernatural beings, but are human beings that have an understanding of the nature of reality, and therefore they can manipulate the world according to their will. They are magicians. They are able to
Mhm.
manipulate the collective consciousness through the thought forms or egregores, as you call them, and therefore create a programming on the masses. The masses then act as computer systems or as energy enhancers to create the reality based on the thought form given to them. The world is evil and its existence is evil, and this is why we have death, disease, aging, war. There has never been peace in the world. It has always been war and death and suffering. This world was not created by a God. It is a manifestation of our collective misguidance. We did it. Somehow we trap ourselves in this imaginary realm and we reinforce its reality by believing it that it was real.
Yes, that is also that could be the case. Um, However, I I think that in the case of Satan, I will say that my intuition, my feeling is that first is not it does exist. It
Mhm.
exists. Not like people maybe think that with horns and with a red body and a malevolent face. Or
Mhm.
I don't think is that the case, but I do think that is first it does exist and is not a male energy. I believe in truth for maybe some people that are really I don't know how to say it in the know are in the know. I believe that it is a female energy. I believe Satan is a female energy, and
Mhm.
I believe that this Satan is absolutely powerful. It's a very powerful uh, egregor, a very powerful being that somehow, of course, feed off our fears, feed off the psyche of humanity,
Mhm.
but somehow it has it has achieved this immense power over humanity and over all creatures on in this planet. So I do believe that because of the state of the world and because of the history, as you has always say in your writings,
Mhm.
suffering and suffering and more suffering through history of humanity. I believe that it's obvious that this Satan, this being, is malevolent, is very evil. Sorry, and is real, and is for some reason uh, only bad things coming from her, from this entity.
Um, like I said, I don't believe in the devil, but if he was real, I will seek him. He will be
And
a holder of
I would like also to say that, yes, yes,
he will be a great holder of knowledge and secrets and capacities. The devil will be a great teacher. If those in the know, those that want to know, want to transcend the world, want to become more than just this life, you think you need to seek the devil, you need to seek the serpent, you need to go into the darkness, and you need to learn from the darkness and extract the light out of it, because the darkness is the way. You have, in essence, to understand and to seek the darkness, you have to transcend good and evil. To understand the devil, you have to transcend good and evil. Then you will understand that the darkness is the light, and the light is the darkness, that up is down, and down is up. And that the devil perhaps is the true way, but not only he, the dark side, the left hand path. What do you have to say about that, Luke?
that, yes, yes, that is absolutely correct. it's obvious that, as you just said, if you really want to know the knowledge, you need to transcend good and evil. You need to transcend that duality that is
Hmm.
always imposed on humanity, like or good or evil or bad or white or black, good or evil. Then people are always misleading into a lie, into some false doctrines. And since we are talking about the existence of God and Satan, I will say that uh, first, of course, with all respect to the believers and to the Catholics and the Christians, people that listen to this podcast, uh, with no offense, but I would like to say that uh, Jesus Christ, the so-called Son of God, the so-called Messiah, it was just a thought form. It was just an egregor. It was just uh, actually, as brutal as it sounds, someone, if he exists, someone under the Archon's payroll. Why I think that?
I think
Because
Christ, if he did exist, I don't think he existed, but if he, let's suppose he did exist, he will be the great Antichrist, the great deceiver, who deceived the nations of the world and the peoples of the world, who brought darkness, war, and deprived humanity of technical civilization understanding. You know, it deprived us of advancing science and technology. We will be 200 years more advanced if Christianity has never been introduced. So Christ was the Antichrist, sent ahead of time to deceive humanity, to mislead them in the path of darkness, of ignorance and violence and division. And in this case, I refer to the darkness not as
that
as an evil act, not the proper darkness, as ignorance. So
correct.
as we develop, as civilization grows, and we begin to understand more and more about the universe and about reality, humanity will evolve beyond the Christ and the Abrahamic religions and the current structure of thinking. Then we will transcend the Antichrist, the evil one, who now yet remains ruling over the world through organized religion and the state, which supports this organized religion, just as organized religion supports the state. Both the politician and the priest works together to create this conglomeration matrix of deceitful energy. But this will pass eventually.
Yes, yes, that is absolutely correct. And of course, as you just said, it was not beside the Anticast. It was really a very malevolent uh, egregor because based on, as you have said several times on your writings, based on the Abrahamic virus, the Abrahamic malevolent infestation of that virus, very dangerous and mortal virus that have enslaved humanity through the three major religions around the world. So Jesus appearing here on earth 2000 years ago and bringing all those false teachings, all those parables. I mean, if someone is going to free humanity, he's not going to speak in parables. He's not going to tell you something that maybe no one can understand. So just to that point, is it was really a liar, an impostor, a charlatan, someone that it was very malevolent, and actually, thanks to his teachings, thanks to his uh, um, he's saying Jesus Christ saying that we should put the other cheek if someone slapped you in the face and forgive our enemies. That's the reason why humanity is destroyed to this point that maybe we're going to be annihilated within ourselves because of the ignorance and because of the um, cowardice of the people to be enslaved mentally to this virus that is the
Mhm.
Abrahamic religion. So, like as you just said, if Christ was something, it was really the Antichrist.
Yes, religion is a virus which can only thrive on low consciousness states. Its frequency, its vibration is of low consciousness. Therefore, to eradicate Abrahamism or the three religions, you have to raise human consciousness and intelligence. I believe that through technology and civilization advancements, we will be able to raise humanity's consciousness, and then these religions will naturally end, just as previous systems of belief have ended. Um, the
Yes,
first step is
and
that
yes,
humanity should not wait for saviors or messiahs. We should be our own messiahs. We should be our saviors. We should manifest the world we want through our own effort, through our own energies. We are the one. We always been. We are the ones that we have been waiting for. When humanity takes this path, then a true transformation will manifest in the world. Because now we will be the source of energy, the point of change. Yes, look.
yes, that is correct. And anyone with a little, with some understanding of how things work in the real world, will start to wonder why is the Bible, what is that really uh, incredible, malevolent, satanic book that is the Bible? Because first, it was not written by God. It was written by literally by the archons, but because is the official guide to enslave humanity, the Bible. So having that book, the Bible, available almost around the world, so
Mm.
billions of people can actually buy it. Can you imagine how come someone or people never wonder why is that book available for everyone if that book was actually really some useful tool to free humanity. So it is not the case. So that's the reason why that book that is very powerful black magic of the most sinister caliber is available for everyone because the Bible is really a conjure an spelling is worse than
The
the
Bible is not satanic because that offends Satan. Satan is wisdom, is knowledge. Satanic knowledge is a genius, a genius knowledge.
mm,
I will say the Bible is
mm,
a malignant virus, and you're right. If the
yeah.
Bible was the truth, it will not be spread around the world. It will not be supported by governments, religions, and the institutions that they have put in place. It will be it will
Hmm.
be hidden. It will be underground. It will be something that nobody will have access to. But because the world thrives and functions on a deception, then the Bible is spread, and therefore the virus, the frequency of these ideals are spread in order to keep humanity blind and deceived, so they can be good slaves and reproduce and work and live and die as countless generations across time. This is the game. For if humanity is not deceived, the world that we have today cannot function, cannot be sustained. You see?
Yes, yes, the world needs that malignant virus, that malignant thought for in order to function, in order to humanity to function, believing in something that and someone that even that is absolutely alive, a malignant lie.
Hello? Hello?
It's ironic that humanity is claiming it needs so much from a Messiah or Savior, and they just believe in a prayer. Yes,
Hmm. So, what was the other
yeah,
topic you wanted to talk about? I know you have different topics that you wanted to chat. So, what was the next topic? Look,
yes. Um, I was talk if you want to talk about the so-called astral travelers.
astral projection,
Yes, more than astral projection, astral travelers
astral travelers.
that I have. Yes. Um, for example, this is important, and this is about the anomaly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there is, I have read on the GLP forum several posts from a few months or maybe a year or so ago from some user from Australia.
Yes.
This user, I think, is sometimes post on their. He has not an active account, but sometimes he use Dagon Magus as his nickname,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes I guess it's just an anonymous cover. But the thing with this user is that after reading his several posts and reading some of the articles in his website, uh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give my own personal opinion about him because he touches a very important and delicate subject for many people that is about the anomaly, this
Uh-huh.
entity that we all have been here and talking about. Okay, so this first my opinion is that yes, I do believe that there are people, that there are human beings that can actually be astral travelers, that they can get come out of their own physical vessels, bodies, and project to the astral, to the higher planes, and then they can, let's say, connect and navigate between the stars, between the planets, because that reason is the astral travelers,
Yeah.
that special place. Okay, so yes, those people, it does exist, and some of them are legit. Some of them, most of them are not. And in this case, this individual uh, caught my attention because in one of his writings, he flat out says that the anomaly is
Mm-hmm.
is the void, is his true form, is the void, and is an absolute void, an absolute darkness, and so uniquely powerful that if anything or anyone, it doesn't matter if you are a being or a thing, whatever, is close to the anomaly,
Mm-hmm.
this being, this thing is going to be destroyed, it's going to be ripped apart because of his immense power,
Yeah.
because it has the quality to make people to absolutely lose, destroy his consciousness, destroy his awareness.
Mm-hmm.
So he said that, and he state besides that this anomaly, in this anomaly that is the actually in the center of everything, the center of everything, the void, the darkness. He said that some ascended masters on the astral planes told him uh, that is where the malevolent, some malevolent beings, that were his words, some malevolent beings are hiding, are hiding because these malevolent beings are the culprits, are responsible because humanity is in this current state of stupidity, because these so-called malevolent beings uh, are they keep the frequency of humanity in a very is a very low state. So humanity cannot evolve to the next level, to the next state. Okay, so that's what he said, and I'm gonna tell you right now that what he said is just bullshit. I'm gonna tell you why.
Uh,
First, most of the so-called masters, advanced masters, are not. They are the archons in disguise. They can take the forms of the angels. They can take the forms of saints or whatever your beliefs are. If you're Muslim or Jewish or Christian, they can appear you as Jesus Christ or San Peter or San Gabriel or whatever. Uh, Speak with that irradiate light, so you will feel so much love and so much peace, and you will trust these beings. Those beings are actually the angels, and the demons are one and the same, and behind the angels and the demons are the archons. So this person, this astral traveler, he was really full. Maybe he was fooled, or maybe he just is lying flat out, and he just goes along with the lie. So whatever the case, he believed those so-called ascended masters that, as I said, are the archons. They present in roles, in hooded roles, white or dark roles, with long beards and very powerful beings, supposedly. So they told him that. Then that's a lie, because I'm gonna tell you the reason why almost or mostly everyone in the whole world, everywhere where you can read about, are scared or are against the anomaly, is because they think, they believe all these lies, and they are afraid to end up destroyed, to end up killed or
is
by the anomaly. But yes,
is the universe inside you or
but I'm
outside
gonna
you?
tell you,
Is the universe inside you or
the
outside
universe,
you?
what?
What is the universe? Inside you or outside you?
Oh,
If
the
you can,
universe
if you
is
can,
inside.
if you tell me the
The
correct answer,
universe is
you will
inside.
be able to
Uh,
astro project or astro travel. So
oh,
it's inside or outside you?
well, the right, uh, m- most of the people will tell you that you need to go outside. But the truth, if you really want to reach the universe, you need to go inside.
That's correct. The universe is inside
Inside
you.
of oneself is
So
everything.
so
Inside
when you
of
look,
oneself, you can find all the answers to
so
anything, all the knowledge, all the
when you
occult
look up
knowledge.
when you look up to the stars, are you looking outside into the outside yourself into outer space, or you're looking inside yourself? When you gaze at the
That's correct.
stars, what are you looking at?
That, um, one, the thing is that our eyes, our vision is can lie to us. We can think that we are looking something outside, but actually that's the what our vision that is very limited because of the vessel that we are inside is
Hmm.
fooling us. But we are looking inside, not outside of us.
That's correct.
So that's the answer. And yes, and as I was telling you, just to finish with this Diagon Magus, uh, I want to tell you, I don't know if you know this, but the thing, this is the truth about the so-called anomaly.
Hmm.
Yes, it is the void. Yes, it is everywhere. It is everywhere that where it doesn't matter what being is or what thing is, it doesn't matter what dimension, uh, planet, frequency, uh, timeline, it doesn't matter where anything. or anyone is. There is always inside this anomaly, because the anomaly is the perfect, is the void, is what makes this present world that we are in, that we think we are in. Without the anomaly, there will be no world, there will be no nothing. So what people fear, the archons tell people that they must to fear and reject the anomaly because he's the evil one, because he's going to destroy them. But in truth, the anomaly is just is justice. The anomaly, the thing is, the anomaly is like is a perfect balanced scale, like the blindfolded scale that with us word. If you, according to your acts, according to your thoughts, the way you are, the way you have been in your life or in your reincarnation or your present or current or past lives, how you have been. And I'm not talking about being rightful or being evil or good person, because that normally it doesn't judge people by the Christian or any other standard that you are good, you're bad, you're no. It the way the scale that he measured people's behavior is something outside of any human or non-human comprehension. However, people aren't afraid of him because if it's true, yes, one thing is true. If you meet the anomaly, or the anomaly, sooner or later, it's going to call your name.
The
When that
anomaly,
happens,
the anomaly, the
if
nobody,
that person,
the
yeah,
anomaly, the nobody is the potential that exists in every human being. He is the actualization to that enlightened human being that has done the work and it has actualized itself to the singularity, to the cosmic understanding that now transcends the mundanity of human life. This nobody anomaly can be anybody, and yet it is one. So the nobody is basically a model of what every human being can be. If that person performs the duty or the work to become that, most people don't want to become anything else than just normal people, laborers, breeders, people conditioned by the daily life. So in a way, although the anomaly, the nobody is not special, he is special because he chooses a path that doesn't confine him to this life. He transcends this physical world. His point or his path is beyond this world. So his life, what he's doing, he's living for another world, for another dimension. He's just passing through. Um, when he completes his task, I believe the universe could end because the purpose of the universe will have been fulfilled. Now, in regards to astral projection or astral travel, for you to be able to move throughout the universe, you have to learn to meditate and to observe yourself. When you understand this, then you can move through space and time because space and time and the universe is within you. And if you learn about yourself and who you are, then you can move through this universe and through many other universes because this is not the only universe. There are infinite universes which offer different characteristics. And when you learn to astral travel, astral project, or to move within the dimension outside, outside your own body, meaning that within yourself, then you can explore these places. And that's how you're able to access information, knowledge that is otherwise not confined to the physical reality that we are experiencing. And this is why the anomaly is able to have not only the knowledge of this world, but that of many other worlds. So an aspect of the anomaly is to learn to meditate, to astral project, to astral travel. You can move into other planets, the sun, the faraway galaxies. And as you do so, you're moving into yourself, deep in yourself. You see, look, anything you want to add?
yes, Yes, I was just saying that just to finish with the anomaly that he's the perfect mirror of everyone.
Exactly.
Everyone will get at the end what exactly deserves. That's why they fear the anomaly because they will receive a reward or maybe a punishment. But that is up to everyone, and they will deserve it. Yeah.
The nobody is the culmination of a perfect life, meaning he has concluded the loop of reincarnation, birth, and death. In him no longer operates that. He is now able to open the potentiality of eternal life, of immortality, outside the boundaries of this universe. He is now a cosmic being, a stellar man. So, what was the other topic you want to talk about? I know you have different ones.
Yes. The other topic is that it was actually one thing that we talked on the last podcast about. We're talking about actually a little bit about the royals. I would like to talk about especially that uh, with this so-called with this scandal in United Kingdom that the uh, Prime Minister this Liz Truss resigned
Hmm.
just 44 days after being, like in power as prime minister, especially that the late Queen Elizabeth II appointed her for that position. So it is interesting to know that she resigned. I wonder why. I wonder what happened. Inside the people in now in the power in the UK that she will no longer be there because some people were actually like gossiping rumors about that the Queen Elizabeth's soul was transferred into Liz Truss. So that will be interesting. Why is that now she's no longer the prime minister? Would you like to say something about it, Lucifer? What do you think? Do you think that Liz Truss actually was Queen Elizabeth II's soul?
I think Liz Truss was just inept, and the reason is that they not they just simply choose her because of her gender, because she's a female, because she's a politically correct candidate, and it was not done through because she had merit. They're incapable of actually placing somebody of real authority and power because to do so would put in jeopardy their current system or governance. So they can only put puppets, and these puppets, well, they don't have the capacity to alter change in the economy or the nation. I think Europe had made a terrible mistake by sanctioning Russia and attacking Russia uh, for this war in Ukraine. And you know, Russia reacted simply because they tried to protect themselves. NATO wanted to get into too close to the borders. So Russia simply acted in a manner to protect its people, its nation. United States and Europe pushed this conflict, and then the corrupt, inept politicians, they are destroying the economy of all Europe through the sanctions. I mean, how crazy you have to be sanctioning oil and gas, especially when these are the sources of your energy to maintain your economy. So we can see the ineptitude of these nations from the United States to Europe and how they pushing this war that could cause a major or a larger conflict that could end civilization. Because if this conflict continues to increment, uh, I mean, it could go into nuclear conflict. I believe Europe is done. The economy is never going to recuperate. They had done too much damage by the sanctions they imposed on Russia. So I think now we're going to see the collapse of the economy and the system of Europe, and eventually of the United States, because the United States eventually is going to lose uh, the global currency, as Saudi Arabia probably is going to turn against them, and other nations are turning against them. BRICS is coming up, it's getting stronger. So I think that the future is China, is Asia, is Russia, is Brazil, is Africa, is India. So that's where we're moving. Europe and United States are done, and we are just witnessing the conclusion of these systems, which were inappropriate. They tried through colonization, extraction of resources of other nations, the wars, death, slavery, you know. So that's what's happening. Look, hello, look, you there? Hello, hello.
Yes, yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what happened?
I don't know. Suddenly I couldn't hear you anymore, like for 1 or 2 minutes, a minute, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But well, we can continue. I can hear you.
Okay. So what else you want to ask?
Yes. Can you hear me right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, so as I was saying, and you were saying about what's going on in United Kingdom about the war. Yeah, there are so many opinions about the war, and I think only very few people know exactly exactly the what is behind all these wars, all these attacks that we are witnessing from one nation to another, from Russia to Ukraine, from Ukraine to some parts of Russia. So I don't think that many people will know ever the truth of why all these things are happening. Well, do you think actually we as a public are witnessing something real? Do you think that this war is actually real in a sense that it is between two countries, or do you think there is something or someone else behind all these?
Hello. Look. Hello. Hello.
Yes, yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think I keep losing you.
Yeah, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello.
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah. Oh, sorry. You couldn't hear what I said?
Yes, yes, I did. War is all about conflict. It's about profit.
Oh,
So they continue in the war because they want to create profit for the military-industrial complex. Um, so before, if United States or Europe wanted peace, they would no longer be feeding weapons, armaments to Ukraine. Um, there's no reason to keep putting more fire if you don't want to continue with the fire, you know. By putting more weapons, you just increment the violence. So they just trying to hurt Russia and make wealth for themselves and through the murder of people and war and chaos. They seem to want to reestablish their economies through war, but that cannot be done anymore. We have nuclear weapons, and the weapons we have now are very destructive. So Europe and United States are making a terrible mistake to attempt to reignite their economical systems through war. And like I say, it can lead to a major conflict. The best way is to make peace with Russia, make sure that they no longer have a threat with NATO, and I think that will bring a resolution. Russia and China are on the right path, I think.
Yeah, that maybe is a possibility. However, I would like to say that we as a Westerners, um, unfortunately, let's say that uh, Russia and China, let's say that there is a real full, let's say that there is NATO, United States and NATO against Russia and China, and let's say that China and Russia win, they win the war. I cannot imagine what will happen to us Westerners, because we clearly, uh, what use can we have as slaves, even as slaves for the Chinese, if the Chinese are the number one potency about slave labor around the world.
I don't think
They
so.
have enough
I don't
of
think so.
slaves. They have over 2 or 3 billions of slaves just inside China.
China is not going to slave anybody. China just wants to progress. And I see them as someone that is seeking to see humanity progress. I don't think they will slave anybody. They will improve the economy of the peoples of the world. They will help develop the nations. I think they represent a new stage for humanity. The West is going to collapse. Its economy is done. United States and Europe are done. We are simply in a transition between one type of power and another one. And we should just adapt to this new reality. And we should see uh, our lives with a new uh, power, a new structure, and take benefit from it. I think China is in the right path, and they will do the right thing. It will not be like the United States, how they enslave and colonize and cause wars and extract resources through force. It will be different. Anything else, look?
Well, no, I think that was pretty good, pretty very interesting topics, and hopefully we this is the very first podcast together, and hopefully we can make many more about very interesting topics.
I prefer to do it more like as a group. So this is more like a
Hmm.
one-time eventuality that I did for you. Um,
Okay.
maybe we do another
Oh,
one next year,
perfect.
maybe
Perfect.
not. I'm not gonna promise you anything. But I will do a podcast where I have different people, like we did last time, and you can be part of that if you like. You're always welcome.
Oh, thank you, thank you very much. And yeah, it's just that, of course, you have a vast knowledge in dark arts in the occult. So I think that if we actually uh, if you and me will actually start talking about very dark and occult uh, topics, I think we could talk for hours and hours, because the
Hmm.
knowledge is just immense, and it will be just like a 100 hours of podcast.
This
That's
is
what
more
I
like
was
a
talking about. But yeah,
this is more like a gift to you, that I give you. Maybe we do another podcast one on one next year, but I'm not promise you anything. But if I do new podcasts with other
yeah, I
people,
know.
you can participate, no problem. Um,
Oh,
uh,
perfect. Thank you.
sure, sure. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah. Well, just we just wait and to see what happens with all the current events that are going on right now in the world, and just wait. But something is for sure. Uh, since this all COVID pandemic started, and all the changes that have been going on around the world, the laws, the economies, and the governments, the everything, all that is going. I for sure. I think that behind all this chaos is something something that no one expects. I mean, humanity had never expected. I think something is going to happen. I don't know, or maybe next year, but I think there is a reason for all this chaos. I don't think the powers to be just are doing all this chaos, creating all this chaos just to get rid of humanity, or just to
The
hurt
lead,
people. I think
the
there is a
lead,
reason behind, and we'll see what happens.
the lead do not want to get rid of people. You know why? Because they are laborers. The people are cattle. They're food. They are a resource. What would you get rid? What would you want to get rid of? Your workers, the laborers, the people that maintain the food, the electricity, um, the manufacturing of society. People are laborers, and the elite will never want to get rid of their laborers because that's how they sustain their energy and their lives and their economy and their position at the top of the pyramid. So this idea that the elite want to get rid of their cattle, humanity, is illogical. I don't believe the COVID was a way to get rid of them. It was just a pandemic that took place, and things happen. Um,
Mm,
but you know,
okay.
people are resource. They are valuable as laborers, so the elite want them around. Actually, you think it's an accident that there is 8 billion people in the world? The
Yeah.
reason we have 8 billion people is because they want them to reproduce. The more you reproduce, the less value
Mm,
you have as a person, uh, because they can
mm,
exploit you more. Let me
yeah.
explain.
Right.
Let's say you have 10 positions, and in the beginning you have 10 people that could work, or you have 9 people that could work and you have 10 positions. Then those 9 people have the capacity to negotiate their value, their pay and their benefits. But let's say that eventually you have 100 people for 10 positions. Then the value of those persons goes down. You know why? Because there is excessive supply of laborers, and there is only 10 positions. So now you can take advantage of society because you can pay them less, give them less benefits, extract more labor and energy out of them. So the reason we have 8 billion people is because they want these laborers to have less value. They want to exploit society, and they want to have greater power, more people, more energy, more batteries. If humanity were smart, they would not be reproducing like rabbits. They will not reproduce, they will not give them laborers and taxpayers and soldiers. Hello? Look, are you out again?
Yeah. I just would like to let your audience know that they can they can visit my YouTube channel. Uh, his name is Il Separatio. Il
Mm-hmm.
Separatio, and my address of the YouTube channel will be in your, I guess, in your link of this video. And I will say, oh, thank you very much, Lucifer. Very
This,
interesting topics, and of course,
this,
I
yeah,
will be more than. Yeah. Okay.
this video is gonna be both on my channel and on Luke's channel. And as he say, I will put the
Mhm.
link below so you can follow his own channel. Um, all right, Luke. Well,
Mhm.
thank you for the interview you wanted to do for me. You wanted to do to me, and we'll see what happens in the future. Good
Thank you
night.
to you, Lucifer, and I really appreciate it, and happy birthday.
Thank you. Yeah, today's my birthday. All right, Luke. Have a good night.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye.